mean when you say from an outsider's
You don't even
perspective?
feel it. The trash fight didn't affect you.
Well, that's not entirely true. I
I'll take it
work
back
in the
then.
city, and I have
In
to
the building
in
at
Center
JFK?
City, and my people work in live in the city. So
Okay, fair
you know,
From your
maybe
perspective,
not as intimately. I didn't have to smell the rotting garbage, but it affected me to some extent. In any event, I think the mayor won. I hate to say winners and losers, but like when you look at they were off for 8 days. I believe they did not get paid for that time off.
They did not.
I believe that they got essentially what was being offered beforehand. I don't,
yes.
You know, I don't know if they would think the union members would think that was a win. Probably not. You know, so yeah, I guess the mayor won. But I don't think she should think about it in the term, you know, you don't win over the people who work for you and the people who service your community. If they're not happy, then you shouldn't be happy too. But on the other hand, if the idea is that we probably didn't have the funds to make what they really wanted work without raising taxes, so somebody was going to be disappointed.
Well, we're definitely live now.
Oh, we are live?
We're live now on YouTube.
Dion's doing this shit, right? Yeah. Hey, live audience, good morning and welcome to Court Radio.
What's going on, everybody?
You get us a little bit before the microphones turn on. Hey, let Dion, who's watching the screen, let him know where you're from and how you like listening and watching live. Good morning and welcome back. I'm Dean Weitzman, your host of Court Radio every Saturday morning right here, folks, on 100.3 WRNB.
And also, Classics 107.9.
There you go. We're excited to bring you another live Court Radio. To our live audience, welcome back. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. You know, folks, you can see us, not only hear us, but you could see us if you choose to. I'm wearing a lovely orange shirt today by Hermes.
Y'all need to see the entire ensemble.
I have my
no, you
my
didn't.
Versace
Did he really just do
sneaks.
that? Did he really just do that?
My Versace sneaks.
Man.
Yeah,
You're not
so-
going to do the pants, are you?
Well, they're Ed Hardy.
Okay.
All right, I've given everybody their little plug today. Meanwhile, I paid for it all. Nobody gave me anything for
the
free.
way you went out, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I thought that was in a series. Is the check coming?
Right, a series of sponsorships. No.
Which can we do that, Dean?
You could do whatever you want. You know, this is Court Radio.
Right.
We believe in freedom here.
Legal
free. So where was I? Live audience. You can see us if you go to MyPhillyLawyer.com, the website, and you click on the Court Radio button. And that'll bring you to the Court Radio page, and there's a button there to go live when we're live and to see pre-broadcast stuff after we're done.
And stuff
so
we
it's
talk
not
about during the commercials too. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, it's
Yeah.
real fun.
yeah. So you can see Manny Manuel and
That would be me.
Tactics.
that
Everybody's
would be me.
Everybody's we're all on the screen, and it's
Every now and then you may see Sarah.
maybe
Every now and then.
when we drag her in from the telephones. Speaking of telephones, 215-227-2727, the number for all things legal in Philly. But it's the number for Court Radio on Saturday mornings. And so if you call that number right now, you get into the studio, and we're going to answer your legal conundrum.
Whatever it is.
Whatever, we will come up with an answer, even if it's the wrong answer.
Well, most of the time it's right.
Most of the time.
$250 million worth of free legal information.
215-227-2727. Give us a call if you've got something you've been thinking about. Sarah will jot it down, run it into the studio, and we will tackle it. Meanwhile, I was just quoted. I guess more than quoted There was an article written about me.
OK Magazine.
That was it. OK Magazine wrote an article because there are many people that are involved in accidents, both slip and fall accidents where you smack your head, or motor vehicle accidents where you know, and the brain inside starts to rock around in your head. It doesn't take a lot to have a mild traumatic brain injury. It really doesn't, and it can be it can manifest itself by just simply headaches, a fogginess, loss of concentration following an accident. These things can be indicators of a mild traumatic brain injury, which may take months, years, or never get better. And they're overlooked.
Why?
Far too often they're overlooked.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know why that is. I think people just, and I don't mean they're overlooked by the victim. The victim knows they're happening, and she or he is telling people about it. There are therapies that can be undertaken to improve your lot in following an accident. I think that if people can't see it and touch it and feel it, that they have a tendency to ignore it.
It's not real enough. It's not real enough, but it's there. It is genuine.
Listen, MyPhillyLawyer and with my team, it's not only genuine, we investigate it and we make it a part of your claim because it's damages you've sustained and you're entitled to be compensated. And let me say this, once we've established that through competent medical testimony, insurance companies want to to duke it out over those issues because they realize that, when it's your brain involved, jury verdicts tend to be even higher. 215-227-2727. I see Dion's nibbling over there in the studio. Must be, he's short of protein or something. He's nibbling on something.
Don't say that. Talk about Front Street. So, Dean, most of these types of injuries happen in car and truck accidents.
They do, because those accidents tend to shake the brain.
So, as far as like sports, they're like I guess you sign waivers. When it comes down to sports or being part of sports teams. And
not to get off on a tangent, but you bring up something interesting, waivers. I have a case right now of a 5-year-old in New Jersey who jumped into one of those ball pits, a foam block pit.
I know those.
Yeah.
He snapped his leg right in half.
Stop it.
Right in half. 5 years old, bone sticking out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was a nasty, nasty break. And the insurance company at first tried to, pull up the waiver. There's a waiver here, signed. Sorry, we can't do anything for you. That waiver does not hold up. It's not worth the paper it's printed on.
Is that right?
In New Jersey, especially for minors, that child didn't sign a waiver. That's his leg that broke.
You hear that, folks?
He didn't sign a waiver. Mommy's waiver of child's claim doesn't hold up in New Jersey, and we're prosecuting that claim right now. And they're not offering nearly enough money, and so we're going to go to trial on it.
5 years old, you say?
Yeah, 5 years old.
Yikes.
Walks with a limp to this day, and it's been about a year since the accident. And
that affects it for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and, he was out of school for 6 months.
Is that? Yeah.
It's not good. So I don't know. You got to be careful taking your kids to those foam pit things. Because here's the thing, there should be enough cushioning to prevent an injury, but there was nobody supervising the pit. So as kids play in it all day, the foam tends to move to the outside of the pit, like either completely outside or up against the walls, so that when you jump into the center of the pit, there's not nearly as much foam in the middle or end of the day as there was in the beginning, because there's not people watching the pit. And so we're going to get them.
I wouldn't have even thought of all of that. While we're on this subject, before we get to this question, have you ever had a case with any of these moon bounces or anything in these neighborhoods with little kids? Any of these types of foam, big blow-up slides or anything ever? No?
Not that I recall.
Okay.
Not that I recall.
So, I mean, this was in New Jersey.
Interestingly, if you're a homeowner, you get the moon you rent the moon bounce for the day.
Right.
There's certainly going to be culpability, responsibility for the homeowner for an accident that happens while they're renting. So homeowners insurance is going to get tagged on that.
Okay. Assuming and homeowners insurance won't reject it, because do you have to notify the homeowners insurance that you're renting something?
Highly unlikely. But they say to read those contracts for a reason. Highly unlikely, but if there were a clause in the contract that said, if you're renting a moon bounce, you must notify us in advance for permission. If there was. But then one would wonder whether that clause would be enforceable. Yeah.
And that goes back to what you're talking about as far as waivers. What's enforceable? Like if that situation happened in Pennsylvania, at a moon bounce, would that waiver hold up?
Certainly, again, I go back to not for a minor. The minor has their own claim. The minor has it's their pain and suffering. They've not signed anything.
And no one ever asks a minor to sign anything, right?
So going back to the sports question, right? Because that's
minor can't wait. I got to tackle that for a second.
Right.
A minor can't sign. They are incompetent. They're
guardian. Whomever.
They lack the competency to enter into a contract.
Right.
So therefore, if they were to enter into a contract, it would be unenforceable.
Correct.
Until they're 18. Right. When they go magically from incompetent to competent. like we all did,
age
right?
Majority.
At 18 and one day we were competent folks.
Yeah.
215-227-2727. Deion's busy working too, I see. He's got writing some questions or something.
We still want to know where folks are from who are watching us.
I don't know. Yeah, we did. Did I ask that before?
I think we have. We'll just did one more time.
We before we went on the air, we were talking to our live audience.
You're holding two
which
questions
is
in your hand.
It's a benefit of going live because you get to have me before the show starts. Line 1, Ben. Oh, Ben, welcome to Court Radio.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing today?
Morning, Ben.
Well, thank you, Ben. What's up with you?
I'm good, man. Mostly, I'm just dealing with this situation now, man. I got a letter from the law office that was representing me from an accident I was in last year. They told me that they're not going to represent the case anymore, but it was like a simple case. Like the police ran into my vehicle, like head-on collision, and totaled my vehicle. And this happened like October of last year. And I'm thinking I'm about to get the check or something, or they about to say, "Come on in," and they just dropped the case. So
Interesting.
I was like,
okay. Well, usually, Ben, when they drop the case, there's a reason, right? Because they undertake representation on a contingent fee basis. You've not paid them anything, I presume.
No, not yet. No.
Okay. So whatever work they've done, they're uncompensated unless they settle your case or bring it to a successful conclusion in some fashion. So you would think that they'd want to pursue a successful case, but not every attorney knows what they're doing, and not every attorney has the experience necessary to handle a claim. And there are no simple claims, Ben. You started this conversation with me by saying, it was a simple head-on collision. Did the police have lights and sirens on?
Not at all. No, they were driving on the wrong side of the street.
Okay. And is it the city of Philadelphia or another police department?
City of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. And were you operating your own vehicle or someone else's?
My own vehicle.
And do you have limited tort or full tort?
Or do you know?
You should know.
Hope it's full.
It might have been
limited.
Might have been limited.
Yeah,
might have been. I'm assuming limited.
Limited. Okay, and not only that, but putting that aside for a moment, you're bringing a claim against the city of Philadelphia, and I have to tell you that when you bring a claim against the city of Philadelphia, one of the requirements that's different from bringing a claim against Eric or Manuel is that you have to prove a permanent loss of bodily function. A serious injury. So probably, if this is a 1 year ago accident, the lawyers looked at your treatment. They looked at your treatment and they said, oof, thank goodness for Ben, but this doesn't appear serious. It doesn't appear permanent. He doesn't have any sexy injuries, no broken bones, no surgery. He didn't require any pain management, no injections. He treated sporadically, and he's all better now. And if that's the case, they thought from a damages standpoint, they couldn't make you or them any money.
Okay.
I'm just guessing at that because I haven't seen your medical records.
But I had to stop treatment. Like I was doing treatment for a couple of, and then I moved. I sold my house and I moved to the south. I moved down to Georgia area. Yeah,
they don't got doctors down in Georgia. I know. That's why I stay out of that state.
Stop. Stop that.
Ben, that's most likely what happened here. Sometimes it's not about the accident. The accident is the easy part. It's about the damages. And so, but, sometimes it's, I'm not suggesting to you that you should do this, but if you were still suffering with the injuries from this accident and had attempted home remedies and that wasn't working, you still have a 2-year statute of limitations, and it's still possible that you may be able to prove the seriousness of your injuries. It may not be too late. That needs careful analysis of your own complaints and also the medical records and whether the doctors from this point forward could attribute whatever it is you're experiencing to that accident.
And we can almost circle back, the minor traumatic head injury.
Yes. Yeah, you got a foggy head and you got headaches and, and maybe you've been out of work and, again,
all of those things count.
Yeah, it's layers and layers and layers of analysis, which I try to do with all of my clients. At some point in the treatment protocol, I try to sit down with my clients, review the medical records that I have before me, talk to them about their complaints, figure out if they're being properly analyzed and what the records show, and then decide on where they need to go from that point forward from a medical standpoint. Encourage them to talk to their doctors. That analysis of their damage claim is really important for the attorney to do. I think, most attorneys probably do that, but if you're represented by somebody who's not, in 3 to 6 months after the accident, sitting down and saying, where are we now? What's the record show? How do you feel? That's a problem. That's a problem. You're not getting the care you need from the legal side, in my opinion. Ben, thanks for calling Court Radio. Good luck down in Georgia, brother.
Thanks, man. You guys have a great day.
Mm-hmm. So Ben's in Georgia, listening to the show.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. They're all over the world. Do you remember? No, you guys don't remember. I used to have a following, 20 or 30 families in Spanish Town, Jamaica, who would wake up Sunday mornings. This was when the show was on Sunday mornings. Wake up Sunday mornings to listen to Court Radio.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They be up there. It's 7 in the morning listening to you, man.
You got more in common with them than you realize.
That was a 7 o'clock show, wasn't it?
That was a 7 a.m. show.
I was
wow.
there. Yeah. I was there.
Yeah. Woo.
Damn.
We got, all right, here's some shout-outs from our live audience. We got Princess in New York.
Hey.
Loretta in Philly. Keenan in West Philly.
The Garden Spot of West Philadelphia.
Welcome to the Court Radio Show,
Thanks,
guys.
Everybody.
Word.
All right. Let's talk to Elaine on line 2. Good morning, Elaine. No? Oh, did I hear that?
That was that sound, wasn't it?
Nasty.
Yeah.
Sorry, Elaine.
I'm a lot quicker with it now.
Yeah, damn. It was like a flashback for me. I didn't know if it was real or not. 215 888-227-2727. You got a legal issue? We got the answers. So we talked about the OK Magazine. I want to talk about the strike.
Do you?
Yeah. The strike is over, folks. We're just
hasn't been ratified, but it is over.
Okay. It probably is over. Right?
More than likely.
It'll be ratified. Yeah. Whether good or bad, that's not the tactic I want to take. Tactics.
Okay.
I want to focus on whether somebody could get paid if they sustained an injury in an accident while on the picket line.
That actually happened.
Happened.
That happened.
Nice.
The answer is no.
Well, that was a diabolical, evil, and sin.
I laid that out there for you.
That was rather,
but if anybody thought about it, because there was somebody that was struck by a vehicle.
He's in the hospital now.
Condolences, but he has a case against the vehicle, perhaps.
Right.
I'm not saying that the car wasn't negligent,
right?
But it's not a workers' comp claim
At all.
No,
because they're on strike.
Here's the key, and I talked to my workers' comp specialist, Jeffrey Gross, about this.
My man.
Jeff says if you're not in the furtherance of your employer's business, it can't be workers' comp. So that's the key element here.
Yeah,
you have to be in furtherance of your employer's business. You're certainly not in furtherance of your employer's business if you're out on the strike line.
Yeah, you're protesting the work.
Yeah. Or the compensation.
Or the compensation. So you can't expect them to give you money if you get hurt. Hey, it ain't my problem. You left.
You're not in the scope of your employment.
Yeah, when you're on
someone
strike, will say, but I'm on their property.
Arguably, you may be in the in the scope of your employment.
Do you still have coverage when you're on strike?
But you're definitely not in furtherance of your business's enterprise.
The business. Yeah. Well, I guess then that comes to, is there workers' compensation through the union?
No. If there's not, well, you're not an employee of the union. You're a member of the union. And so
gotcha.
Yeah. They're a bargain. It's like, if you're my client, you're not my employee.
So
I got employees, I got clients.
So
unions have employees who work for the union, but then most of the other people are just members.
Members of the union.
Yeah.
So when you go on strike, suddenly whatever coverages you had with that company are null and void now. It's a wrap.
I don't think your health insurance is null and void because they paid for the premiums. I think if you got sick while you were out, you're going to get that covered, but you're not getting workers' compensation covered.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't sue for damages.
You can sue for damages in the normal course of lawsuits. Like, if the guy who hit you was negligent for not seeing a human being in the street with a giant sign in his hand, then that guy's going to, his auto insurance is going to compensate you for everything, not workers' compensation.
Like in the reverse, if you're getting workers' compensation, in most cases you can't sue personally for negligence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes sense. I got it.
Let's take a quick call before we go to break. Line 1, Shay. Shay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
So I was in 2021. A parked and wrecked truck hit the side of my vehicle. We went through the deposition, I think, back in October. Everything was settled. In March, I signed all of the paperwork, and then I just stopped hearing from the attorney. Every time I called, they were telling me, oh, he's in court. Oh, he's going to call you back in 30 minutes, and then I never hear anything.
Wow.
Is this normal?
No.
Okay.
So, you can go online, folks. You can go on to access the civil docket at the city of Philadelphia. And so you would put your name in, Shay, your real name, first name and last name, and up comes all the cases that you're involved in or have been involved in going back to the 80s, I think. And so any civil actions that you've been involved in, or if you've been sued by credit card companies, it all shows up on this civil docket. You can find your case, and you can see if it's still pending or if it's marked settled, discontinued, and ended. And then if it is marked settled and discontinued and ended, then you got a problem because your lawyer was paid and you haven't gotten the money, and there's some shenanigans going on.
You little shiesty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just learned
Okay.
that. Yeah. So, yeah, and
But
then
I thought, but I'm going to go in and check.
And one last thing, when all else fails and you've made a good faith effort to contact your lawyer and he's, bobbing and weaving from you, then you simply tell his staff that the next call you make is to the Pennsylvania Disciplinary Board.
Okay.
You can file a complaint with the disciplinary board because an attorney has an obligation to call his clients back. If you call your attorney has an obligation to service your account and to call you back. And, I'm not talking like, give them 5 minutes. Don't get it twisted. But if you've been calling repeatedly for days and weeks and months and you can't get your attorney on the phone, that's a problem. And you can call the Pennsylvania Disciplinary Board, file a complaint against your attorney. They will get involved. They'll contact the attorney. They'll get to the bottom of it for you. And trust me, no attorney wants to hear from the Disciplinary Board.
Really? That
Yeah.
bad,
No,
huh?
Oh, yeah. No, sirree, Bob. All right?
See, I should have just called you, Dean. I should have just called you.
Well, that brings up a whole different thing, Shay. But I'm not gonna get into that today. But that did cross my mind. Why would Shay go to somebody 21? How long has she been a listener to the show?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's like there's no
I
reason.
know.
All right. Well, listen. Lesson learned, young lady. Lesson learned. I expect to get a call on the next time.
And you will. Thank you so much.
Be well. Take care.
Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
You too.
Folks, we're right up against our break. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break. Our sponsor is going to have their way with you. And then we'll be back. And if you've got a question, give us a call at 215-227-2727. The number for all things legal. Hello, live audience.
YouTube is still there.
Yeah, I never get a break now. I go right from terrestrial radio right into
YouTube.
Digital
audio and
the
video.
digital highway. I go from the terrestrial highway to the digital highway.
So Dean and I were talking offline, but before you guys came on, the 40th anniversary of Live Aid. And only a couple of folks in the studio even felt that a little bit. But if
Do I look like? Hold on. Do I look like I might have gone to Live Aid in today's outfit?
Here comes the whole look, guys. This is Versace. This is tell everybody what it is.
Yeah.
This
We
is
got
the look.
we got Ed Hardy sweats, yeah, and we got the Versace sneakies. I'm chilling today. I'm feeling like a love child. Okay. Now that we got that
All
out
right,
of the way.
were you gambling last night or something? Did you win the cards?
Thursday.
Thursday.
I have my weekly poker game. I got my ass kicked. I mean, kicked. I think I only won 2 hands the whole night.
Is this the same group of guys all the time, or is it the casino thing? What do you?
No. We have a group of guys.
Okay, right.
There's a cigar bar up in Conshohocken.
Gotcha.
And it's called Cigar Republic.
And what are y'all playing?
Playing Ultimate Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
And you guys been doing this for how long now?
The bar, the club, the cigar club opened like a little over 3 years ago, and so we started the game right away.
All right. Percentage-wise, have you won more than you've lost? With
Yes.
this group? You're doing well.
Just by a little bit. It's more fun than anything else.
The camaraderie and just
I mean,
hanging
I
with
could
the fellas
lose
is a big deal.
1,000 or win 1,000, but more likely it's like lose or win 200 or 300. But at the end of the day, there's probably as many wins as I have losses. It's evened out.
But it's about so much the camaraderie as well as the game and what you're
What is
winning.
the name of the website that you just gave that young lady before we got off the phone?
For the disciplinary board?
Disciplinary board.
I'll try to figure it out in a second.
I'll figure it out.
All right, we're back. We'll get it to you.
I realize that I didn't give the actual website out.
Right.
For the
disciplinary board.
Not the disciplinary board.
Isn't that what they wanted?
For the civil docket access.
Oh, that one.
That one. Yes. It's through the court system, and Dion's going to try to get it for you. But like, if you Googled Philadelphia civil docket access, you're getting there. Okay, I mean, nowadays that's why God created Google. So you just give him the right words.
Did he?
Yeah. Well, didn't God create everything?
Amen.
Yeah. 215-227-2727. The number for all things legal in Philly. If you've got a legal question, Sarah's going to get you on the line today, and you're going to talk to us, and we're going to tackle your question. Let's talk to, is this Keita on line 2? Did I get that right? Or is it Keith?
It would be Keith.
Keith.
Yeah, Keith.
Yeah.
I turned you into Keita. All right, Keith.
And we turned you back to Keith.
That might stick.
Turn me back,
Hocus pocus.
Wave that magic wand and switch me back to Keith.
Hocus pocus.
All right, Keith.
Yeah, hey guys, how you guys doing?
All right.
We're doing well. What's going on in your world?
Okay, here's the thing, right? So about, I say 6 months ago, I would say, my son was on his way to school. About that time it's still kind of not bright outside. So he tripped over a partially open manhole cover, and he like cut his leg, couple scrapes, got up, shook it off. No problem. So a few months went on. He was fine. Then about, I say a couple months ago, he started complaining about, oh, my back hurt. Oh, my hip hurts, this and that. And to me, I should be ashamed of myself, because first thing I'm going to say as an old guy, oh, come on, man, shake it off, man. But then now he keeps complaining. He said the pain keeps persisting. And so I'm going to take him to the doctor this Monday. But my thing is that I know there's a statute of limitations. I don't even know if I should
all right.
pursue it.
Let's tackle the statute issue. In this case, there is no problem.
Yeah, I don't think.
First off, in Pennsylvania, we have a 2-year statute of limitations, so you have until January of 2027. But that statute for a minor is extended, and so his statute wouldn't even begin to run until he turns 18. So he actually has about 4 years. The problem isn't the statute of limitations. The problem is the proof, making that connection, the causation. You have to prove that somebody was negligent, and that the negligence was the direct cause of the injury. When you delay treatment, you play into the hands of the defendant to be able to convincingly state that the injury could not have been caused by the accident, because too much time has gone by and he would have experienced pain and discomfort much sooner than now. And so it's really not a legal problem you've created by delaying treatment. It's a medical problem. You need the doctors to be your witnesses that this injury was caused by that trip and fall. And so they will want to take a detailed history from you and your son to rule out the possibility that any other injury may have superseded this injury. So if he was involved in, let's say, basketball at school or football, and he's doing a lot of working out, it may be a repetitive, an injury that's caused by repetitive kind of motion. They want to rule out all those possibilities and then be able to say we're comfortable saying it's this trip and fall from January, because there are no other causes that we've been able to identify. and other diseases. We don't know. Maybe, God forbid, he might have some disease that there's no connection whatsoever from that fall. It's just a timing issue. A couple months after the fall, the disease starts to have its way with him, and you assume it's from the fall, but in fact it's not. So again, you need doctors to analyze your son and then conclude with certainty that it was the January fall to cause his injury.
Right. He's the picture of health. Like, never complaining about pain in his life until recently. And I know he plays football, like, with his friends. They play like touch football and stuff like that.
You see, that's the thing. They'll say it comes from something like that.
Ball. You know what I'm saying? You guys, like, I don't know if I should go ahead and pursue this or.
Well, you should,
but it could very well be from that fall now, because he took a nasty fall.
It could be. Here's the deal. You need to pursue it because he's got an injury and he needs treatment. He needs a diagnosis and he needs treatment. If through pursuing his treatment, it turns out that the doctor and you are on the same page and the doctor is willing to relate it to this accident, then you can contact me after you've made that connection. First, get to the doctor, get the treatment, figure out why it's happening, and if the end result is it's happening from that fall, then call me after that.
Got you, good brother. Appreciate that, man. That's some good advice right there. I will do that too.
All right, Keith. Be well. Thanks.
On that, man.
Thanks for listening.
All right, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Have a good day.
All right. How many months had it been? He said 6.
How many months? It's been 6.
He said it was 6 months.
7 now, technically. He said it was January. I don't know when in January. Yeah, I think Alex asked on. We don't need to have Alex on, but Alex asked that we repeat the name of the website. It's the City of Philadelphia Civil Docket Access website, where you can look up your name and you can find all the cases that you've been involved in civilly. By the way, that's what insurance companies do. When you come along with your motor vehicle accident, the first thing they do is run your name, not only in Philadelphia, but all over the state, all over the country. They can have access to every civil docket that's out there. They can see all the cases you've ever brought for injuries sustained in accidents. Your life is an open book nowadays. Not too many secrets we get to keep. 215-227-2727. All right, let's talk to Anonymous on line 3.
They're back.
They're always anonymous. Good morning, Anonymous.
Good morning.
Good morning, dear.
How are you?
Good.
What's up?
To you and the staff. I have been a landlord, property owner for the last maybe 22 years or so, and never had any real problems with my property. I'm legally licensed, blah, 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 blah. I go through all of that. So about 4 years ago, I got a letter from the city stating that the property had to be lead tested. So I went on, had the lead testing done 2021. Now I'm trying to renew my business license, and they can't do it because they're telling me I have to have the lead testing every 4 years. Nobody sells lead, and I passed the first time in 2021. I know Philly just does a money grab on any and everything. Is this legal?
Welcome.
Because that's all it is a money grab.
Welcome.
Yeah, I do not know whether landlords. We can get you an answer to that, and I'm going to ask you to send me an email. I've got a couple of attorneys who do just that, landlord-tenant work, and that's not my forte, but I can access their knowledge. And if you send me an email to Dean, DEAN, at MyPhillyLawyer.com, I will make sure that we get you an answer, Ms. Anonymous.
And I know you will, because every time I've used you guys and called for advice, you get right back to us. So tell your listeners you are what you are, credible.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm definitely going to send the email because the city just does everything to it's what do you call it? City of Philadelphia is pro tenant. and they're not pro-landlord.
I know.
You're trying to be a good landlord. You fight like hell to keep it going. So I will send you the email, but I think it's just a money grab, and I'm sick of Philly.
How much? What does it cost? Tell us. What does it cost to have your home analyzed for lead-based paint?
It's like $180 some.
So
it's not a lot. It's the principle.
They come out, and then they scrape a little paint off or something and test it.
How does that work?
Yeah. Well, I was fortunate enough to have a close friend who was a retired city employee. She turned me on to a gentleman who does this for his company. So they came out and did it for me. So it was about $185. They do every single room in the house.
Wow.
The report says that I have negative, 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 negative.
Good for you.
So I'm like, well, what in the hell sandwich do? So when did they start selling lead paint in the last 20 years?
Well,
even if I did repaint the property.
Playing devil's advocate, I'm going to say it isn't about you using lead paint today. What it is if there's lead paint underneath acrylic paint that you've been repainting your home and sealing the lead paint, I think you're legal. But if over time the acrylic paint wears away and the lead paint it comes to the surface, maybe that's what they're looking for. I'm just taking I'm taking a stab at this.
I got you, but so what's the point of me having the lead testing I approve and I pass? I don't get it. But I'm going to call them on Monday, too, but I'm sending you an email ASAP.
Sounds like I'm going to be handling your lead paint issue.
Yep.
Have a good day.
All right, then.
Bye now.
You two guys, and keep doing your good work. Bye.
Thank you. 215-227-2727. But if you're listening live, and you can very simply by going to My Philly Lawyer's website, clicking on the Court Radio button and clicking on the live feed button once you're on the Court Radio page. A couple clicks and you're in the studio where you get to see us, listen, watch, and post your own questions. Dion's sitting there waiting to hear what you got to say. We got Nikki from Philly and Daphne from Newark, Delaware. Yeah, so
First
far,
state.
Princess in New York is the furthest away. Yeah, maybe we can find somebody in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Come on.
What's that song go?
Oklahoma, where the wind comes blowing down the trail.
He knows everything. He is a repository of absolutely
useless information. Plethora of useless information.
I love it.
One day I'll be on Jeopardy. One
day. I would sponsor you.
Yeah. You heard that?
Yes, I would sponsor your trip. If you get on Jeopardy, room, food, the whole thing. It's on me.
Hotel of my choice?
Yes. First class airfare. Yes.
The flight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. All I ask,
let's make that happen, man.
All I ask is for you to sign a contract. I get 40% of whatever you're winning.
Let me get my lawyer.
Let me get my lawyer.
All right. Let me see here. We got some others. Cocky?
Cocky.
You sure?
On line 5? Rocky?
Let me get these glasses. Is it the handwriting or is it the glasses? What is it?
What?
You had it right. Cocky.
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 Yes.
Cocky.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
That's different.
Yeah, it's
unique.
Yeah. For me, for a man like me, I could get in trouble with a name like
that. Why, Mr. Virginia?
Inside.
All right. What can we do for you today, young lady?
So I want to be very quick. I want to give you all a summary. So I was fired recently, and I was encouraged to reach out about a wrongful termination lawsuit. I tried to do that, and I explained the story to the lawyer, and I'm just now getting an answer back, and they're basically saying they don't want to take the case, but I'm not. They didn't give me a reason why they didn't want to take it, so I don't know if I should get a second opinion, because when I tried to do the when you're unemployment, the unemployment, they approved me, and they didn't say that I was fired for the reason why they told me I was fired. So I'm confused.
Okay, well, one doesn't necessarily follow the other. So you may not have been fired for cause. So you didn't do anything wrong, right? They allow you to collect unemployment, and but by the same token, you weren't fired for a discriminatory basis. So in order to pursue a claim for wrongful termination, you need to have if you were terminated for a discriminatory reason, there are 7 enumerated classes or 8 enumerated classes.
Right.
And we all know them, religion, sexual identity, race, age, and so on, political party.
I'd like to say it was sex because, when I started the job, it was 2 girls and 2 guys, and the supervisor was a guy. Eventually, one of the ladies left the team. She didn't. Well, she said that she left the team because of the lighting on our side of the building, but that sounded like horse crap. And then next, I got fired, and then they replaced both of us with guys.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I mean,
sexual discrimination.
Yeah. Sexual sex-based discrimination.
Okay.
Gender. Sorry.
There you go. That's
gender-based discrimination, and so the question is whether there's enough meat on those bones to sustain a claim. I would invite you to give us a call, 215-227-2727 during the week. And when you call, you ask for J Burger, like hamburger. Yeah, like hamburger. Jay will take the facts down and he'll try to network you with one of our employment attorneys who focuses their practice on this type of case only. It's not a case that our firm will handle, but we'll certainly be able to make the introduction. I don't know who the attorney was who you had, but I will say this. When an attorney rejects a case, it is much better if they provide you with an explanation as to why they're rejecting your case so they can educate you and you can understand. Sometimes, when we have medical malpractice cases, we will send, a 2 or 3 page letter explaining why the facts of the case don't support a medical negligence claim. So that the client understands. Because one of the reasons clients come to an attorney is to have some sort of closure. They want to know. Yes, clarification and closure. Yeah. They want to know if they've been wronged. They think they might have, but they're not sure if the law recognizes this kind of a claim. So I'm sensitive to that for my clients, and I like to help them with that part of the case. And if there's a reason why I can't represent you, if your case is no good, I'm going to make sure you understand why it's no good.
Right. And I definitely asked, and they were just like, well, the person we reached out to take the case, they just didn't want to, so. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do with that. I want to pursue it because I don't want this company to continue or this organization to continue doing what they are doing to the people. It's like I had to get a therapist, a life coach, all of that while working there. And my whole mental capacity was just in shambles.
That's too bad. That really is. I think we spend so much time at our place of employment and it should be something that it fulfills and lifts us up in some way. Yeah.
Other than just to get a paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, that's horrible. And that's why, at MyPhillyLawyer, I mean, I don't, I'm not slap my back because it's a team effort. Everybody brings the right attitude. And hopefully at the end of the day, you feel good about coming to work. It's horrible if you have to go to work every day for that paycheck and you hate going there.
That's a real reality though for most.
Very big, real reality.
Yeah.
Time at work, and whether you have to deal with clients or employees, it's just like we should all be a little bit more kinder. But I appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys.
All right, Cocky. Nice talking to you. Have a great day.
You as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
215-227-2727, the number for all things legal. So,
it's just funny that you said it about jobs and working and how people feel about their job. I watch the History Channel a lot. And one of the things that turned this country around.
I try to fall asleep to that channel.
I love watching. And the documentaries and whatnot.
Learn something.
Yeah. Fast food really employed, the food industry, period, did more to employ Americans than a little bit in this country. That was the real, after the Industrial Revolution and everything else, just in the retail and food industry.
That's where I got my start.
Most folks did.
Robin Hood Diner.
Stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, Robin Hood Diner.
I was at
and not only that, I learned how to smoke cool cigarettes there too. I picked up good habits and bad habits
on your break, right?
Yeah, like I was the dishwasher, and then eventually became the soda jerk.
Somebody, Mr. Virginia. Some people, you either waiting tables, you were bussing tables, or washing dishes, or cooking, or something in a restaurant, or some way, shape, or form in the food service industry. And then, of course, it was always retail. But that's what lifted up American workers more than anything else. Yeah, but most folks, I don't think, come on, people don't enjoy what they do.
We got to take a break. Folks, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. Give us 2 minutes, and we'll be back to entertain you.
What was the first job you had that you really liked?
Walking your dog. The first job I had that I liked.
That you liked.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
I had so many jobs.
Me too.
My next door neighbor was a carnival guy, and so when the Flyers won the Stanley Cup in 74, 75,
right,
there were parades.
Yeah,
he would set a stand up and sell, all kinds of stuff, and like T-shirts and balloons and flags, pendants. So I was down there working, and I couldn't bring the cash in fast enough. I was stuffing my pockets with cash, selling this crap out to people, and making bank. Making bank. For
buku bucks.
How old were you?
I was 12.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Bucks.
Yeah.
There was back-to-back parades. They won 2 years in a row.
Yeah. They could win for the rest of my life as far as I was concerned back then.
What was the first job you liked? You really liked?
I didn't really like working for my uncle at the record store. He made me do things I didn't want to do.
Has there been some therapy about that since then?
Do you need some?
I'm not. Whoa.
Doing things you don't want.
Talk about the record store.
That's not where I was going. I didn't like sweeping and missing breakdancing contests and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I think the first one I liked maybe it was a little bit later though, because I didn't like washing dishes.
Who did?
I guess it would be when I used to do graphic arts.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was a plate maker.
Or going to the plate.
Yeah, I was a plate maker.
Okay.
Cool.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Mine was driving with my uncle. He was a Jack and Jill driver.
Okay.
I used to love riding with him throughout the city.
Yeah, baby. All right.
We're back.
We are. My name is Dean Weitzman. I am the host of Court Radio every Saturday morning right here on 100.3 WRNB.
And Classics 1079.
We are on terrestrial radio. We are also on the digital highway on live YouTube. If you want to see us and hear us, you got to go to the MyPhillyLawyer website, click on the Court Radio link, and take that to the Court Radio page where you'll find a link for the live feed. It's as simple as that. And then once you're there, you can watch us and see us and hear us and post questions there.
Yeah.
I appreciate our live audience. I hope we grow that part of the product for consumption. Fellas, what plans do you have for this week coming up?
When I get off the air, I got to go over to the driving range, hit some golf balls, give a couple of lessons, and I got a show tomorrow morning. and then tomorrow night, typical weekend.
Yep.
We still miss you over at the range sometime, Dean. Go over here to the golf ball, man.
I shouldn't I? Right
you got
now,
a lot going on over there.
Yeah, I got to get back. My kid's sick, but got to get home. So it's got a little something going on.
Oh, Sophia.
Yeah.
And Mia is going up to New York today to hang out with her girlfriends. So
really? Girl trip, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daddy's gonna go home and take care of my baby.
Oh.
Get well, Sophia.
Yeah. She'll like to hear that. She'll bounce back. Yeah. Did you know that there's been a string of Delco, Delaware County, Upper Darby Township police say they had 16 stolen cars in recent weeks, the majority involving Hondas, specifically Honda Accords that were unlocked with key fobs still inside.
It's the new Kia.
Yeah, one thing that I do know.
Why do people leave their key fobs in the car?
Please explain this.
It's like leaving the keys dangling in the ignition. Like
it really is.
Yeah. And then all you got to do is jump in and push a button and off you go. It's your car.
Make me understand.
Well, but the car theft business, recently, my car was totaled. It was stolen. It was totaled. So, it definitely happens.
If you are a resident of Upper Darby, you can get a free wheel lock at police headquarters for anyone who can show proof of residency.
Yeah, they give away wheel locks like
are we talking about
butter.
Like butter.
Yeah, they give away wheel locks. But what's interesting, right? When I did get the new vehicle, right? They gave me a choice between...
You got a new vehicle?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Car.
Nissan Rogue.
Oh.
It's right outside.
All right. What color?
It's a blue with a tan interior.
Nice.
Yeah, it's dope. It's like I like it. So, but they gave me a choice.
Tell me the choices.
You tell me the choice between that and a Honda Civic that was in 2018 Honda Civic. So
what year's the Rogue?
2020.
Okay.
Right. So it was like the Honda Civic was a $50 less monthly payment. I was like, let me think about that. So I called my man Rodney at State Farm, who's which we got to get back.
Yep.
And he was like, well, the interest, I said, give me some quotes between these two cars. So he goes, the interesting thing is the Honda Civic monthly premium is $100 more than the Nissan Rogue.
Wow. $100 more a month.
$100 more.
$1,200 more a year for a car that was $50 cheaper.
On the payments.
You would have netted positive. You would have had to pay $600 more after taking into consideration both the savings in the car payment, but the additional insurance premium.
Yeah.
See, I love that you did that kind of analysis because that's the kind of analysis we all need to do when it comes to insurance.
Right.
It's so important. A lady the other day came to me. She has a pretty serious injury, and she had $100,000 in uninsured motorist benefits, and I'm going to get her the $100,000. But she has two vehicles in the policy, and I looked, and it said non-stacked. And I'm like, what? Who the hell gets non-stacked coverage? I mean, it was,
we've had this conversation.
A few dollars more a month to get stacked coverage and go from $100,000 in uninsured motorist benefits to $200,000. $200,000. If you got two cars on your policy, do not get unstacked coverage. Stack that bad boy up. It's not that much more money. And if you need it, the day comes you need that serious coverage, you are going to thank Dean Weitzman from the bottom of your heart.
What was that commercial? You can pay him now, or you can pay him later.
I mean, and the insurance industry either truly understands that and doesn't want to educate their customers because they don't want to get more exposure for themselves for the few dollars more, or they don't even think about it. I don't know if you're dealing with an insurance agent who's an idiot, or he's such a company man that the company says just sell the cheapest policy you can and we'll all make more money in the end of the day. I don't know. But nonetheless, you got to do an analysis like Eric did. It's just so important to truly understand what you're buying and how to get the most for your money. Sometimes that might mean going without collision coverage. If you've got, a 20-year-old car, there's no reason to have collision coverage. I'd rather you save those dollars and put them to a better bodily injury package.
Yeah, because they'll total loss the vehicle for
pennies. Yeah. You might as well, in that case, you're self-insuring. All the money you save for not having to pay the collision coverage, it technically is money that you can go to buying a new car. It only really applies when you've been involved in an accident that's your fault, or your car is stolen, or a tree crashes into it.
There's been a lot of that happening lately.
Yeah, the weather.
Tree crashes?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Trees.
Been quite a few of those incidents.
Yeah.
A lot of tree downage around here.
Yeah.
Downage.
Yeah, great word.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sort of like nugget.
Nuggeting?
Nuggeting. I'm bringing something next week for you guys.
A nugget?
Uh-huh. I'm bringing you a nugget next week. Yeah.
What's it selling for now? Nuggets?
Nuggets?
Are we talking about the same?
No. I don't. Oh.
Nuggets, man. I'm taking rocks, rings, gold.
I was thinking something else.
We'll take it.
All right. You certainly have taken it this morning. Okay, folks, we're just about out of time. We're going to see you next Saturday, same time, same place. If you've got a legal question, email me, Dean at MyPhillyLawyer, and I'll surely get back to you before the next show. Live. We're still live. We never get a break now. I do that out of love. I do that out of love for my live audience, because now we used to enjoy our 2-minute break where we kick our feet up, we let our brain stop working.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And I'm like thinking about the cigar I'm going to smoke on my way home right now.
I noticed you haven't thrown anything in that trash can.
Well, I got a.
What? You can't go over it?
You can't get over Joel?
I got
Joel D.
What? You can't. What?
I got a.
He got you D'd up?
I got a defender.
What's the best? It's normally it's automatic.
Yeah.
Come on. Get out of here.
I made it.
It's the little wins, everybody.
Princess says she loves the show. She wants a Core Radio T-shirt, and she asked you to address the 911 issue yesterday. I don't know if you got that alert.
I did get that alert. I got that statewide alert. Yeah, we all got it, and there were. And the question is, would this? Let's say you needed 911 at that moment, and you couldn't get in touch with anybody. Would you be able to sue the state or city or township for
negligence?
Yeah, for negligence. Maybe let's assume for a moment, let's assume factually that it was down because of some negligence. The answer is probably no, because there is a statute that provides immunity to the state and local governments. And there's only certain carved out exceptions, like an auto accident, that work against the state or city. Negligence in providing 911 service may not. Then again, it may be a civil rights violation if we have an expectation that that service is provided. But it's a very complicated question. There's no simple answer. Thank God, as far as I know, nobody had serious problems because of it. But Princess, great question. What are you doing in New York and asking these Pennsylvania Philly questions? Girl, what's up with that?
Actually, she is from New York, currently residing in PA. She's taking a intro class to tort now and uses this as her basis. So she thanks you guys for a great show.
Whoa! Wish I had the applause sound effect.
Tort law at its finest. That was
Philadelphia. Come by the driving range.
That was the class I got an A in in my first year of law school.
Oh, okay.
All right, folks, we're going to go down on live. Have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday, same time, same place. Peace out.
And peaced out.